What's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to show you a makeup look that you can use for basic training, graduation, and or family day. So stay tuned. So today I'm going to be showing you a makeup look that I used for my wedding day. It was one that I prepared that would last all day, look good in photos, and make me look mostly like myself. So that is a look that I want to bring towards basic training, graduation, and family day. I still want to look beautiful, but I also still want to look like myself. This is the first time I'm going to be seeing my husband in 66 days. Who's counting? 67, 68. Who's counting? Anyways, so this is one I want to share with all of you, Army-wise, future Army-wise, military-wise, whatever out there, because there's not a lot of makeup looks out there, and it's kind of like, what do I wear? What do I look like? This and that. So I'm sharing this with you. You can customize it any way you want, but these are my tips and tricks to how I made my makeup look last all day on my wedding day, which I'm wanting for this event as well. I have already moisturized, cleansed everything in my face, and primed my face with this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. And I have gone ahead and primed my eyelids with this Photo Focus eyeshadow primer from Wet n Wild. It has been loved. I swear by this eyeshadow primer. It has worked better than any like super fancy eyeshadow primer I have ever used. Of course, use what you would like to use. So next up, I'm going to do a little bit of concealing while my eyeshadow primer is getting a little more tacky. I have a few blemishes on my face that I just want to start covering up before I begin everything else. And this is just kind of my routine. Everybody kind of has their own thing. Do it how you want. This is what I'm doing. So I'm just going to cover up some of these blemishes on my face and those bags underneath my eyes. And I will go over them a couple of times, but I just want to like start that way so I know they get really, really nice and covered up. And that way I look awesome. Though I don't look very awesome right now. I look more like a clown. Anywho. So now I'm going to use my Dampened Beauty Blender and just kind of blend out those spots on my face. And make sure they're nice and blended in. And within my skin tone, so they're not super like out there. Of course, these are going to get covered up again when I do my foundation, but I just kind of like starting there so those blemished areas can get super covered up. So there is that, and I will probably go over them again with concealer later on, but this is just a starting point. Whew, I can't get that spot right there. And there's that. All right, so next up, I'm going to start with my eyes. So my eyeshadow primer has gotten nice and tacky while I'm kind of blending out my face a little bit. So I'm going to use this Tartelette in Bloom palette. It has some really soft, nice neutral colors in it. And it also has some shimmeries. Woo! You can see my dirty makeup desk. Nice. Anyways, so I'm going to start with this color, Sweetheart. It's kind of a mauvey pinky color. Very, very nice. It looks good. I'm going to take this fluffy brush and dip it in there and get some on there and go into the crease of my eye and work from the corner of my eye all the way up and blend it out. This is going to be a nice transition base shade for us. And then make sure once you're done, hold on to that brush because we're going to be using a lot to help like blend out everything. My next color I'm going to use, I'm just going to go up here to this Flower Child color and rub it from the corner of my eye over, and it's going to help kind of blend the darker colors into the other colors. So again, the corner and all the way over, mixing it in with that other color. And that's going to look super nice. blend it in, and you really, really want to blend it. So I'm going all the way over to about here, so lining up with my iris right there. And then on the other side, as next up, I'm going to use a little bit of a darker shade. This one's called Smarty Pants, and it is a little bit darker than the other one that we used, so we're definitely building up. And this one, I'm just going to go to about my pupil and then over and blend it in on both sides. And again, taking that brush with the pinky color on it and then blending in. If you need to have a little more on the brush, you can always dip into that pinky color again and just blend it in. Make sure it's nice and blended. It's just going to help with the softness of the look. And then that pink color just looks really good on it. So to continue, I'm going to use this color Jet Setter right here. It went like this. It's getting darker. We definitely just want to blend in slowly. If you want darker, then go darker, but just go really slow, like a little bit at a time, so you're not getting like a raccoon eye, which none of us want. Be like, hey, hubby. And they'll be like, what did you do to your face? You get a black eye, who hit you? So there is that. So we're getting blended, looking good. Then next, I'm just going to go to my deepest color that I'm going to use. Everyone kind of has their own preference, so I'm going to go to this color right here. It's called a Smoke Show. And I'm taking a little bit more controlled brush. I'm just going to start at the corner of my eye and go like halfway to where it starts to peak. Not even like before it starts to peak. And I'm just going into that crease. And I'm just using this mostly to set the color down, and then I'm going to use my fluffy brush to blend. I just want to make sure it's helping define my eye. Now everybody has different eye shapes, so you may do something different, and that's okay. We're all different. So just really make some circles, really blend that in with the rest of the colors. If you need to re-dip your brush into the pink color, go for it. It's your look. However you want it, that's you. So blending that in on both sides. Woo! And really blend it so you're not having like some harsh lines there. Unless, I mean, you want harsh lines, then go for it. This is just how I do it. Beautiful. And sometimes you just need the up close look and then the far away look. I feel it looks good. So I'm going to step away from the eyes now, and I'm going to move on to my NYX foundation. I just bought this today, so I'm super pumped. So reveal, it looked really good on my arm in the store, so I'm super excited. Gotta shake it. Forgot about that part. So I'm super excited to see what this looks like. It felt pretty light and it blended really well, so I'm super pumped about that. So I'm gonna get some onto my arm here, or my hand. I usually do my hand. I don't know where I am. So I got a couple of pumps there. See? And it's just a cream foundation. Oh, it's so nice. So, and they had a ton of shades. So if you want a cheaper foundation, then go for it. My usual like expensive go-to foundation is too dark for my skin tone right now. Since it's been a long winter without any sun. So I'm just going to blend this nice into my skin. Oh my God, I love how this is going on. So, and it's not too heavy, which is great. This is turning into a makeup review here. So I love it. I'm super pumped about it. Oh my God, I have issues. I've been up too long. So I do love how this is going into my skin, and it doesn't feel like I have anything on, which is always really nice. And I may layer it a little bit more. And see, I'm a person that likes my foundation not super caked on. Everybody kind of has their own preference about it. But I may need a little bit more, but it looks really nice on me, I feel. So, gonna add a little bit more. So now I'm just going to go back through with my Tarte concealer and just retouch up some of the areas that I needed extra covered. You know, when you get like spots that you don't want there. Making sure it's like foundation, not a spot. Okay. And I just have a few areas that need a little extra love. You don't want to see those. And then sometimes I will start my highlighting from here. So this shade's pretty close to what this shade is, but it'll give me some extra love around my eyes, which everybody knows. You really want that focus on your beautiful eyes. So there's that. Getting it in. Blend, blend, blend. Don't want any streakies on that important day. Fantastic. So there's that. I feel like it's pretty good. So now that I feel good and concealed and I feel pretty good about my foundation, I'm going to go in with my NYX HD finishing powder and go over that before I start my highlighting. So I'm going to take this big fluffy brush and dip that right in. And I'm going to pounce it over under my eyes first. And actually I have a better brush that I use for this. Let's do that. My little kabuki brush, my portable one. So that works better for around my eyes typically. Oh, as long as I don't super flinch up, which can be an issue for me sometimes. Super flinchy. So around my nose is always a good place, and then around my mouth because I'll eat. Can never not plan on not eating. So any place that could crease really bad, I make sure I get in there. And now I will take that fluffy brush and just dust over the rest of my face, kind of baking around my eyes first, so I will wait on that. Now I kind of look like a ghost, but we're gonna do some bronzing here in a minute, so make sure I feel nice and good about that. We're getting there. Layers after layers. So now that I feel good and concealed and I feel pretty good about my foundation, I'm going to go in with my NYX HD finishing powder and go over that before I start my highlighting. So I'm going to take this big fluffy brush and dip that right in. And I'm going to pounce it over under my eyes first. And actually I have a better brush that I use for this. Let's do that. My little kabuki brush, my portable one. So that works better for around my eyes typically. Oh, as long as I don't super flinch up, which can be an issue for me sometimes. Super flinchy. So around my nose is always a good place, and then around my mouth because I'll eat. Can never not plan on not eating. So any place that could crease really bad, I make sure I get in there. And now I will take that fluffy brush and just dust over the rest of my face, kind of baking around my eyes first, so I will wait on that. Now I kind of look like a ghost, but we're gonna do some bronzing here in a minute, so make sure I feel nice and good about that. We're getting there. Layers after layers. So now I'm going to start my contouring. I just bought this 3 Steps to Sculpt NYX contouring palette. It has a light color, it has a highlighting color, so I'm super excited to use it. I'm going to decide if I like this highlight or not. I have some gold ones that I typically use. I do like it, but not for this time of year. And I'm super pumped about this palette. So I'm going to go ahead and find my angled brush and get to sculpting. It was like all the way down at the bottom here. Or not in there at all. There it is. So right here, my sculpting brush here. So I'm going to dip into that dark color, and I always just start with my dotting. So I dot right here where my ear meets the rest of my body here. Rest of my face, not my body. And then right at my temples. And then I'll blend it out in just a second. It's getting more in my hair than it is my face. And then I always dip some right here and right here before I blend it out. So I'm going to take whatever's left on the brush and start to blend out. So I'm going to blend out so it just meets the corner of my eye first, all around my face. I don't think I got very much on that side. We'll re-dip. And you just want to build your contour. You don't want to be super heavy with it, or else you're going to go outside and your lines are going to be super, super apparent. So I'm just going around my face just so I have kind of a natural glow here. And then pull that part from underneath my jawline up so it blends really nice. I have another brush that I use for blending as well. Whew. It's just pulling all my baby hairs. So, and contour, however you contour. Sorry, my battery just said, hey, stop filming on me. So, and then I will just use this smaller contour guy for my nose. And I don't super contour my nose a lot because like it's small and pretty shaped as it is. Pretty fat. I don't need it to look super, so I'm just gonna blend that out real quick. So now I'm gonna start with the lighter shade and use my tapered highlighting brush. And I'm just going to go under my eyes and start highlighting. So around there, I do like this color. I think it highlights really well. It's lighter than some of the other colors I've used before, so that's pretty exciting. And I'm just gonna go down my nose. And then I'm gonna take some and stamp it right here and right here and let that sit for a second before I blend it, and then get my forehead and blend it in with the other colors. My brows look terrible today. We're gonna fix that. So help covering up some of those blemishes that I have as well. And then I'm gonna blend out where I just pounced that. So I feel pretty good about it so far. Now I'm just gonna take this littler bronzer and just dust my face in some areas just to brighten myself up and just kind of help blend it all together. Just some spots that touch my face, and it just kind of gives me a better glow and then blends in with my rest of my skin tone better. And then I always bronze my entire neck just to kind of show off my face and then help blend out that color from underneath. Watch my chin jiggle because that's always attractive. Next, I'm going to take my favorite blush from Tarte in the color Glisten. I've used the heck out of this baby here. And I'm going to take my blush brush, with some reason has tape on it. Whew, almost dropped it. I would have cried. And find the apples of my cheeks and just dot it there and blend it up and back. That's how I do my blush. You can do it however you want. Just need some rosy cheeks. On both sides. And I always add a little extra just because I like the glow that this blush gives me. It's my favorite. Now I'm going to use a highlighter in the color Estate, in the color Do Me Pearl. It's a pearly, pretty delicious looking color. It's delicious. That has gross in it. Oh, and then I'm just going to take another tapered brush and brush it over that. And we'll probably go highlight a couple of times and just do the top of my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, my chin, between my eyes. Everybody has like their own way of doing it. Just gonna get some highlight in there. Whew, looking good. So next I'm gonna go back to my eyes. And I'm going to take this color, Sweetheart, the pinky color from earlier, and I'm just going to go underneath my eyelids, underneath my lower lash line, and go all the way to the end of the lash line and blend it up into the other color. And this is just going to help those eyes pop even more. Want that to be the first thing he sees. There we go. And then the next color I'm going to use, I'm just going to take one of these the middle taupey color here and just go closer to my lash line. And I'm really just like blending these out. And I'm not only going to go about to my pupil. Just going to kind of build up some color under here. Whew. Got a little in my eye there. And then I'm going to take like a flatter brush right like that. And I'm going to take that darkest color we used and use it as a lower liner and go right up against my lash line. And it's just going to make those bottom lashes pop. And I'm not going all the way over because I'm going to blend it. So, and then I'm going to take one of the little fluffier brushes and just blend them all together and make it softer. We don't want anything super harsh, unless you like it like that. I don't. I mean, sometimes I do. Let's just be real about that. And I realized I didn't put another color on my lid. Okay. So I gotta finish my eyes. So I'm going to put a sparkly color on my eyes. I'm going to take this white color first to kind of create a base and just smooth that over my eye or pat it onto my eye. And it will kind of blend any of the colors that leak down onto your eyelid. And then it'll also help make that sparkle pop a little bit more. Opens your eyes up a little bit. And then I'm going to take this goldy color, Funny Girl, and I'm going to pat that on my eye. And I always use my fingers to get my glittery eyeshadows on. I think it works better for me. Do what works for you. And you can always do a different like glittery color on your eyelid. I'm just trying to stay as neutral as possible since I have different outfits on those days. And I can always customize it. I may even leave like the lighter color sometimes. So looks nice. And then I'm just going to take some of that lighter color and go into the corner of my eyelid. So I feel good about it. So I already started with one eyelid or eyebrow, and now I'm going to move on to the next one. Using this NYX tinted brow mascara. I think it's going to be easier for me to use in a hurry. Do your brows however you want to. My eyebrows are a hot mess right now and need some desperate love. But this is for the look. For now, I can definitely see where I need some love. Good start though. So I got some brows. I'm gonna take my see it, I can never pronounce that. My Fierce Flicks eyeliner and just go over the top of my line real quick to build up my lash line. And I'm not gonna wing it out. Just because, like, sometimes you obsess about it so much and it's too time consuming. And you might look back on, like, the pictures one day and be like, girl, what was that wing thing doing? why. So this is more like kind of a classic look. I did the same thing on my wedding day because I didn't want to look back and be like, why did I do a wing liner? And it looks terrible. And I mean, if you're good at it, do it. Or if you like them, do it. But I'm going to leave it as it is. So it looks like that. So next I'm going to add my mascara. Now I highly suggest getting waterproof mascara. Some of you Army wives, current Army wives already know this, but we're most likely gonna cry. And even if you don't think you're gonna cry, put it on because you don't want your makeup running down your face. And like even on my wedding day, I used this and oh my gosh, it helped so much. And then I didn't look like a fool. So there's that. And this stuff works so nice. So it's Better Than Sex by Too Faced. Their waterproof mascara, and actually all their mascaras are my fave. So I'm putting that on, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my lower lash line. Make sure my face does not look naked of the lashes. So there is that. Beautiful. My lips feel so dry. I think there's makeup on them. So there's that, and I'm going to add lashes in just a second. Before I add my lashes, I'm going to do the NYX Matte Finish setting spray. Couldn't remember the word, I had to look. And I got my waterproof mascara on. Usually I do my mascara after this. I don't know why I was thinking like that. So I'm going to go ahead and set my face. So I got to get this thing going because it's brand new. And this is going to help your makeup last longer. And it feels nice. And you can bring it with you just to feel freshened up a little bit. And I still got mascara on my face. Didn't let it dry enough. So there's my life. Okay, so I already applied one set of lashes. These are different lashes than I'm used to. They're magnetic. So I had to play with them for a minute before I put them on. So apparently you just lay them on top of your lash and they're sticky. So I just wanted to try them out since they were just kind of like halvesy ones, since I didn't want to put on like full lashes and I didn't want to like waste my time with like glue and stuff, since, you know, lashes aren't always the easiest thing to put on. And you take the other ones and set them right under. So they look good. I just don't know if I'm gonna use them or not. So I do like this look. I'm all set. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little extra highlight to it, but this is pretty much the look. You can add lashes, you can leave them, whatever you want. I think they give a little extra like opening brightness to your eyes. They kind of look funny right now because like they're only halvesies. So we'll see, figure out what I like. So I hope this look helped you. If you would like to see future videos from me, please like and subscribe down below. If you liked this look or love the information I gave you, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below for any future videos you'd like to see. I will be posting next week the Milso subscription box. I'm supposed to be getting it today. I'm super excited about that. So I will see you all next time.